How's it going, folks? CR here, and I saw this PSA from Vets for Gun Reform, as they call themselves, and I'm going to be responding to this dishonest PSA. So I'm going to start and get right to the dishonesty, because the part before that is just them giving their introduction, so to speak, which branch of service they were in, their MOSs and stuff like that. And by the way, for all of you vets in this PSA that were in the Army, you might want to go back and read up on your Army values, because it looks like you checked your integrity at the door before making this PSA.
My service weapon was an M4 assault rifle.
My service weapon was an M16.
It's basically the same. You know what? It is the same
as the AR-15.
No, it is not the same thing. You guys are being very dishonest. I see most of the weapons you're issued in service are either the M16 or the M4 carbine. They have, for the most part, what they issue them to most service members, they have this option called burst, which means you hold down the trigger and it fires 3 rounds of burst at the same rate it would be for full auto for 3 rounds. Some of the M4s are full auto, but those are generally only issued to certain combat troops. What they're saying is akin to saying, well, this pistol is the exact same thing as a G18. No, it's not. Yes, it's made by Glock. Yes, it's 9mm. Yes, it takes the same magazines as the G18. It's not full auto.
Same weapon that's killed hundreds of people in the deadliest mass shootings in America.
I want to start off with Vegas. The man, by no means, was a stupid individual. Evil, yes. Stupid, no. The man had millions of dollars at his disposal. The idea that you would have stopped him from carrying out a massacre with a ban on bump stocks and AR-15s would be akin to banning box trucks as a result of Nice, which, by the way, that attack killed more than he did and injured more than he did. As for our homicide rates, when you look at all the numbers and take all the factors into account, the idea that you're going to save lives with an AR-15 ban is at best laughable.
I know the power of this weapon firsthand.
Firsthand.
Noticed in your attempt to appeal to authority, you left out the fact that most vets with an opinion on the issue strongly disagree with you. But yeah, I mean, that M16 and the M4 is so powerful. I mean, this is a 5.56, and you know, you got a 7mm Magnum right here. Yeah, so powerful. But while we're at it, if you guys ever did leave the patrol base or the FOB, for those of you who did, I mean, when you rolled out, did you just carry your M16s and your M4s with you, or did you take some 249s and some 240s with you, possibly some Maldises? For those of us who went out dismounted, I know we couldn't carry the Maldises on it, but we could at least carry the M249s and M240s as well. Just saying.
And there is no reason
why anyone other than military and law enforcement should have an assault weapon like this.
The term assault weapon is a made-up term. It was designed back in the 80s after they got their select fire ban through. It was crafted to scare the portion of the public that didn't know much about firearms into supporting a ban on more firearms. This is not anything secret. This is not an NRA conspiracy theory. It's in the 1988 VPC strategy report. The cat's out of the bag on this one. As for no purpose, well, that's also an outright lie. Plenty of people use the AR-15s for hunting. Plenty of people use the AR-15s for sport shooting. Plenty of people use the AR-15s as a trainer, you know, to teach new people how to shoot. And most importantly, the AR-15 is a great home defense gun. In fact, if somebody just turned 18 and they're looking for their own home defense gun, the AR-15 would be my first pick for several reasons. So yes, there are purposes for civilians to have things like AR-15s, no matter how much you guys want to pout, cry, and stomp your feet. So here they're trying to tug at your heartstrings by showing you pictures of mass shootings. What they're not going to tell you is that the greatest correlating factor with these mass shootings is that they happen in gun-free zones. But these are the same people who will recoil in fear and scream, "Blood on the streets!" the second anyone suggests repealing these gun-free zones and letting people with concealed carry license carry in them.
I fought for this country.
Lady, I doubt you left the fob when you were deployed. But this little appeal to emotion here doesn't work when you talk to other veterans such as me, who have also fought for this country, who disagree with you. In fact, the vast majority of us disagree with you and all the other little vets in this PSA. So that just doesn't work.
I believe in the Second Amendment and the right to bear arms.
But that was created 200 years ago.
Okay, so anytime somebody says something and then but, you usually can disregard the first part of the statement because they've just shown that they don't really believe in what they're saying. Which is true with these guys right here. You notice how he says, "Oh, I believe in the Second Amendment and the right to keep and bear arms." But that was like written 200 years ago. Like it's totally not relevant today.
Guns have changed a lot since then.
That's not an argument. You see, during the time of our founders, they were witnessing a lot of major technological breakthroughs. So to suggest that they would be unaware that our weapons technology would further improve is just unfounded. Moreover, in those days, private citizens had cannons. So to suggest our founding fathers would be against us being able to have AR-15s or even M4s or M16s or 249s or 240s is a completely baseless statement to make.
High-powered, rapid-fire assault rifles.
Okay, so there are three lies in that one. First off, the AR-15 is not an assault rifle. It does not fall under the definition of assault rifle. Second, this is my Weathersby Vanguard. This is chambered in 7mm Remington Magnum. This is a 7mm Remington Magnum. This is a 5.56. High-powered my ass. Rapid fire. This was thrown in there to target people who know jack all about firearms. And when they hear the term rapid fire, they immediately think of that machine gun they saw in the movies. So, you're lying. I'm going to wrap this up right here. But every single person who participated in this PSA, congratulations, you're all liars. To everybody else, these vets are not representative of the rest of the veterans. Please don't take them as such.